Hi, welcome to ODTech. Like I said in my last video, computer networking is the core aspect of IT and cybersecurity. You need a strong foundation in computer networking to do well in cybersecurity. So in this video, I will take you through the network basic. At the end, you should have a better understanding on how network really works. You should be able to tell more about things like router. You should be able to tell us more about things like router, switch, firewall, gateway, IP address, subnet, DHCP, VPN, DMZ, and many more. So, if you have not subscribed, try to subscribe to this channel or share this video for other people to learn from. So let's go to dive into it. I'll use a company based in New York to explain how network really function. Let's assume that the company has 3 employees that need to collaboratively work from a physical location. And the company rented a space, a physical space, where employees connect to each other with hardwire or wireless so that the device can exchange frames through the network switch. The network switch connects like printer, computer, and access point together to enable exchange of frames within the local network. Any device connected to this network has 2 unique identifiers, that is MAC address and IP address. MAC address stands for Medium Access Control Address. This is a physical address used to uniquely identify any interface within each local network and to exchange frames. The MAC address is assigned by the network manufacturer during the production. Example is seen here below. IP address, on the other hand, is internal protocol address. This is a network layer protocol used by device to communicate across the network boundary, including the internet. Example is this. To exchange frames within local networks in the New York office, this is all that is needed to set up. But the employee needs to connect from their computer and cell phone to external service on the internet. To connect things like Google, banking website, and other websites. That is where router comes in. Router is a device that connects 2 or more networks together. Then in this case, the router connects local network to the internet. A router in this case becomes a default gateway to the internet. For the computer and cell phone to connect to the internet, each of them needs an IP address. You can manually assign static IP address to the PC and phone, but by default they are set to acquire IP parameter using a protocol called DHCP. DHCP stands for Dynamic Host Configuration Protocol to automatically acquire IP parameter for DHCP server. In this case, the DHCP is the router. So the router issue IP parameter to the local devices. This is the network typology you use at home. But you may say you don't have 3 devices at home. That is switch, router, and access point, except the one installed by your network provider. Yes, you are correct. But the single device installed by your network provider has the functionality of the 3 devices mentioned above: access point, router, and switch. Back to the New York office network typology. For the employee to access internet, NAT needs to be configured on the router because the IP address assigned to them, that is to the PC and cell phone, are private addresses and cannot be used on the internet. The private IP need to be translated to public IP to enable communication on the internet. NAT simply means network address translation. Is the method of mapping one address space to another. In this case, we need to map the LAN subnetwork, also called subnet, from IP address from 192.168 168.2.04/24. To the IP public address configured on the outside interface, see the example. Connecting the local network to the internet exposes the local devices to the potential threat from the internet. So the office admin decided to install the network firewall between the router and the switch, as seen below, to protect the local network. Since this is a small office and the router does not have a huge routing table, the firewall can handle all the routing functions so that the router can be eliminated. This will also save costs for the organization. The company also have a non-critical internal app. They are planning to host it in the cloud, but in the meantime, the internet app is running on the internal server in a separate subnet, as shown in this updated network topology. There is also an option to implement VLAN, but we are not doing that here. Open a branch in London, and London's employee needs to access the internal app in New York office. To achieve this, a site-to-site VPN was created over the internet between New York office and the London office. VPN simply means virtual private network. This is used to establish private communication between networks, mostly over an untrusted network like that of internet. The company also wants to test the app from internet. To make this happen, the company implemented DMZ. This means Demilitarized Zone. This is a perimeter network between a trusted and untrusted network that adds extra layer of security to the internal network and protects the internal network from the threat. When the tester wants to connect to the internal app hosted on the internal server subnet, so the traffic is inspected by the firewall and forwarded it to the DMZ server. The DMZ server initiates another communication toward the internal app through the firewall. Direct access is not allowed. So if you have any question on networking, kindly drop it in the comment section below, and I'll get across to you. Please don't forget to subscribe, follow, and share this video for other people to